are the inspiration or the inspiration or inspirations of the short film?
Yeah. Well, usually the ideas I have departs from the reality, no? Something I read, something somebody has told me, and this is a story of the old lady I read in a newspaper that I am not going to explain, but something that make the main character of the story did in reality that put in an advertising selling her house.
And I also, okay, so we'll go beyond this spoiling, making some spoilers, and let's go towards, let's concentrate on the themes. What did you like to debate with your short film? So what did you want your public, your audience, to think about?
Yeah. Well, it's a story of, first of all, of the loneliness, no, of loneliness of all people. But the story tells the necessity of love, of the young couple, to fight against loneliness. No, that to not to be alone, you can have a relationship with a couple. No, or the love is the force that make strength the life. No. And then the strength against the loneliness.
Okay, so love, loneliness, and then we have some sort of a kind of Peter Pan attached to the masculine character, the male character. So why did you choose to portray the man in that way?
Yeah. Guille, the male character, is like a Peter Pan. No, he is the couple of Laura, but they don't live together, and her fiance Laura wants to buy a house for two of them to live together, and Guille, the male, is always not thinking in take this decision. And for example, he arrives late to the appointment because he wants to buy a toy for him. Not. Meanwhile, Laura arrives early and he buys a ticket of lottery, thinking in the future, no, in the future together. Not. It's like a opposition between the position of the woman that always think in the future and in the future together, and men that don't think in this kind of of the giving the next step in the relationship.
Okay, so do you think that this is true for Spanish couples, contemporary couples, or what it would? Did you like just to give it as a provocation?
Well, I don't know. But, there are very different types of relationships, but I think that the men usually need more the power to get in relationship and compromiso. How to say? Compromise than women, no? And yes, abstinence agencias it also talk about this difference. I think that it's not only Spanish reality, but worldwide relationship between men and women.
Okay. I have a last question. Next projects for the future. Short films or longer films. If you can, give us some anticipations.
Nowadays, yesterday I was editing one feature film, fiction feature film that I shoot this summer. But in February I'm going to shoot another short film. So I want to go on with my career, not only thinking now I'm not going to make short films again. I would like to shoot every year. So if I have money to make a feature film, best, no? But it's perfect. But if I have to make a documentary or a short, I would like to do. And this year, now I have to finish my feature film. But the next year, the next project, there are one short film and one documentary. So I have no problem making cinema, making films, is not only making big or long durations films. You can tell stories in short terms or documentary, not in fiction.
Okay, and really the very, very last question. What about the place where you like to shoot? You like to make films in Spain, in the Pays Basque, or do you plan to make films also abroad?
No. Last year I shoot in Aragon, where I live. I was born in Basque Country, but my last work, this feature film, Blessed Calamity, and 3 or 4 shorts I recently shoot was in Zaragoza, where I live now. But the next project I'm going to shoot, they are going to be in Basque Country. Well, I don't know. I prefer shoot in place where I have lived or where I have, as I explained before, my stories, my ideas came from reality, and I need to know places where I shoot to tell these stories. So I prefer to shoot in where I live or where I was born.